Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach his truth in all honesty and sincerity. Salutations to you brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth in all honesty and sincerity with great diligence to wake up the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom, a double shalom to you, Akim, that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near to this truth and follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities wherever you may be scattered. Shalom to the few sincere Akwatim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to. Here we have a post by Wicked Viral on Instagram. And it reads, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have settled their divorce. Kanye will pay Kim $200K a month in child support. You know, and this is just excessive, man. It's just excessive. And we know this is how they do people when you go against the grain of this society, man. This wicked Babylonian society, man. You know, everything is adverse to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. And I'll show just how divorce is, if need be, how it's supposed to be handled, and for the things that would be grounds for it, you know. And you know, contrary to popular belief, it's not based around a woman's feelings and emotions, man. You know, but anywho, we understand that because of his voice and the things that he is speaking about, they're going to attack him on every level, and that's just a price you pay when you go against the forces of evil in an evil and wicked society, man. You know, especially if you have a platform. Let me go to the book of 1 Corinthians. Chapter 7. Um, 7 and 10, and it reads, And unto the married I command ye not I, but the Lord, let not the wife depart from her husband. But, and if she depart, let her remain unmarried or be reconciled to her husband, and let not the husband put away his wife. You know, so the divorce was shunned. You know, it was looked down upon. But there are grounds for dismissal, if you will. There's grounds for divorce. Now, with this, you know, I mean, this is not so far-fetched that we couldn't see this coming. I mean, this is a woman who getting blasted on video for the world to see, and this guy come along and try to wife her up, and it just brought him to shame. And he has let things come out of his mouth that brought shame upon himself as well. But you know, your wife supposed to be a pillar of rest, not a notch on every celebrity's belt, and you know, ain't no telling how many before, you know, superstar status. But You know, it says if you do get divorced, if she remain unmarried, she reconciled with her husband. But you know, this woman has had many husbands, and it's just that was a silly move to try to make a family out of a woman that's famous for her body. You know, for lack of better words. This is Jeremiah 3:1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? Right, man. So you know, your woman leave or whatever, and other men get at her, like is that land is polluted, man. You know, that land is polluted. You know, it's best just let those types be for the streets, as they say. Um, you know, you this place pushes everything adverse to the scriptures, man. And they'll take you know, push for the woman to leave and take a man's substance, and then he's left unto a piece of. This is Proverbs 6, and I'll start at 24. I start at 23. Salakia. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Now this is symbolic to these strange doctrines and philosophies and ideologies that pollute your mind. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. But you can see how this is synonymous with women. You know, their makeup and their jewelry and their beauty. It will sway a man, you know, in his beliefs, or lead him into down a dark path. Verse 26, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. You know, hey, and you see it, man. This woman is a straight whore, man. And they're gonna take this man's money, you know, because he has some children by her, man. But in the scriptures, man, the woman, if she leaves, she leave with nothing, man. So you know this place is totally against the ways of the Heavenly Father, man. Um, Jump to the book of Matthew. 19 and verse 6. Salakia. I start at verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, which is, you know, idolatry, or you know, adultery, harlotry, you know, and shall marry another, committed adultery, and whoso marrieth her which is put away doth commit adultery. You know, and technically everybody's committing adultery, man. Nobody's really with the first man that that took their virginity, and it's pushed out here to date around, and for women to sleep around and try different men out, and do all that whorish behavior, and they think nothing of it. You know, so if you put your wife away for nothing, and she go and commit adultery, you know, you put her out to that, and the person who comes and commit and sleeps with her, that's adultery. You know, it's just a big cesspool of wickedness here, man. You know, especially in Hollywood, man. Everybody didn't had a term with this woman, and you come and wife her up, man. And hey, it happens on smaller levels too, man. You don't know what these women be up to when you not around. Like they say, when the cat's away, the mice will play. Um, but hey, man, these scriptures are true, man. They trying to bring this man down to a piece of bread, man. You know, because of a whorish woman, but also because of the things he's saying. But it's just ridiculous, man. The numbers they come up with, man. If you make this much, then you know it takes this much to raise your children. She's not broke and poor herself. You know, she has all kind of streams of revenue coming in, but this is to teach him a lesson, man. You don't go against the elites per se. You know, these elite on the left hand side. But this place doesn't follow the scriptures at all, man. It's the Lord gonna judge this place, man. Which, hey, Kanye brought it up on himself, you know, but just for edification purposes, man. This place is wicked. This is Romans and I'll 7 and I'll start at 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law had dominion over a man as long as he liveth. And even if you don't adhere or agree to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, if you're an Israelite, you're bound by these laws, man. That's why shit happens to us when we don't obey the law, statutes, and commandments. For the woman which hath an husband is bound by the law to her husband so long as he liveth. But if the husband be dead, she is loose from the law of her husband. So then, if while her husband liveth, she be married to another, which marriage is sex, to another man, she shall be called an adulteress. But if her husband be dead, she is free from that law, so that she is no adulteress, though she be married to another man. You know, and you know, like I said, this just place just promotes adultery. She was with Pete Davidson. She been with so many men, man. It's you know, it's ridiculous. And that's the vibration that's out here, man. Whoredom. You know, whoredom. But this place will get you, man. Especially through your woman. Or through a woman. Because a lot of these women not ours, man. You know. I'm going to go back to Deuteronomy 24. And this is Deuteronomy 24 and 1. When a man have taken a wife and married her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he hath found some uncleanness in her, like a sex tape, or you know, evil ways about her. Then let him write her a bill of divorcement, and give it in her hand, and send her out of his house. And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and give it her in her hand, and send it her out of his house, or if the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife. After that, she is defiled. For that is an abomination before the Lord, and thou shalt not cause the land to sin, which the Lord thy power giveth thee for an inheritance. You know, so it's laws, you know, and statutes, you know, when you're an Israelite, man, that we follow to keep us from these snares, man. And women are a big snare, especially to Jake, man. Jake love women. And women be his downfall, man. Women be these Jake's downfall, man. Go to the book of Sirach. 25 and I'll start at 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman, and any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. You know, the wickedness of a woman, man, it just, hey, it's right there with Satan, man. You know, and when you look at this particular woman, look at all the men that have been up in her, man. Something happens to them where they just not the same anymore. You know, their careers go down, their health go down, their mental stability go down. Like, it's just all bad, man. Any men that surround them, man, they go down. I'll jump down to verse 17. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So in this case, this man brought this on himself, man. You know, and you know he's hearing, you know, the reputation of his wife, man. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly, because of her reputation, man, her past, her track record, what she does, man. You know. These scriptures, they are for real, man. It's no joke. And this is what we are to go to for our references, man. This is our go-to book, man. This is a blueprint. How we supposed to be, man. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 26, and I'll start at 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty, and become what? A whore in the streets. You know? Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Verse 12, she will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. You know, in this case, this is what this woman has done. You know, open her quiver up to every arrow, man. And you know, that's a shame, man. If your wife has that reputation, man, nobody wants that. You know, Edomites love that type of cuck type of thing, man. You know, and is hey, these women destroy many kings. The scriptures say many kings have been brought down uh, because of a woman, man. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, so hey, let Kanye be a lesson, man. What you don't do. You know, first you get into bed with the enemies, man, trying to get into the music industry, which is controlled by devils. You know, then you go and get a whore for a wife and have children by you, and now these devils are controlling your ex woman and your children, man. They have, you know, straight rule over what happens, and he going through it, man. Let this be a lesson, man. You cannot really trust, you know, women like that, man. Now there are some good ones, but there are far and few in between, man. You know, so you have to use precaution. You know, and like I said, hey, this was the portion of a sinner, man. You know, that fell upon him, man. He was so, you know, geeked up to have the quote unquote baddest chick, you know, around, but it's nothing but a whore, man. And you see what that brings, man. Now I'm gonna get Exodus 21, um, and I'll start at verse 10. Now this is the things that this is another example of how divorce would go, and you'll see, man, it's totally adverse to how this place does it, and this place does divorce totally different from the scriptures. This is Exodus 21 and 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. So this is where you get the polygamy, man. If a man have multiple wives, he has to do the same thing for each wife, man. You know, he has to take care of them the same. And if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money. There's nowhere that says the woman supposed to get half and she's supposed to take the children. It says she's supposed to go out free without money. The children stay with the man because they're his children. First of all, they came from him. You know, they're their children together, but they came from the man. They're his children, and he's a better protector of his children than women. You know, it just makes sense. But you know, this place is going down rapidly, and hey, it's beautiful. You know, to see this place crumbling because it's just so wicked, man. But let this be a lesson unto you, man. If you unsure of how to deal with women, man, especially in this society. But with that, I'm gonna say Shalom, Kwame Yasharala, and the Baba Ball.